The Olympics, the World Cup, the X Games. What would you do to be able to be up close and personal with these worldwide events? What about winning an Emmy? Where would you even begin? You would begin by sitting down with Professor of Communication and Emmy winner Gabe Nucci, whose career started small but became something extreme. Nucci is your everyday professor, teaching the ins and outs of the broadcasting world. But what brought him into the world of Sony and Final Cut Pro?
I kind of found my way into it, and I started off doing radio because I was interested in music and radio production, etc. And then just kind of backed my way into television. I'm fond of saying there's a lot more lights, a lot more buttons, and I was mesmerized. So.
The Emmy Award-winning professor's greatest accomplishment does not come in the form of the national award.
I'm proudest of the fact that I got to a point in remote sports where I basically was able to work on the biggest shows. Having persevered and just kind of gone after it, I got to the point where I could get onto whatever show based on my skills and my talents and my personality. So.
When it comes down to success in doing what he loves, Nucci says the key was more than great shots.
The patience that I had to set a goal for myself, a long-term goal, and know that I gave myself 2 or 3 years to get to a certain point, and then having attained that, I gave myself another 2 or 3 years on my next goal, and each time I was able to just say, you know what, I know it's going to take time, and I know I've got a long way to go, and I just did that. So I think perseverance.
Nucci's work spreads across the world of sports, attending national and international events. But what stands out as his favorite?
Well, I'm a big baseball fan, so I loved being at the World Series in 2004 when my Red Sox broke the curse. That was a huge thing for me. There are others. I became a big fan of the velodrome cycling. I learned about that on the job in the 2004 Olympics. I really didn't know much about the event. But from the work standpoint, I love the Winter X Games. It's a challenge to do that. And a lot of times by the end of the 2 weeks that you've been working on that, you felt like you've run a marathon every day. You're exhausted going up and down the mountain in the snow, and you're sunburned and windburned and stuff, but it's just, the challenges are unbelievable.
For those going into the broadcasting profession, the idea of being a part of such grand events seems like a dream, but Nucci has some advice that could push the dream along into reality.
Perseverance it would be what I advise. I mean, stick with it, don't get discouraged, have long-term goals, have the ability to set those goals, make them realistic, and the ability to pursue them and not lose sight of that, because it's not going to happen overnight. I've been at it for 20 years, and it was, 15 years before I started to really check off the boxes, and it takes time. So I'd say perseverance is the biggest thing. Don't get discouraged, and also have fun, because it's a fun industry. It can be a lot of fun.
For the Western Carolina Journalist, I'm Lauren Johnson.